Im, in, or on. Okay. So we have, for example, I can't live without my mobile phone. It is impossible. Okay, so we have already used possible. I got a tablet online for 40 euros. It was
Inexpensive.
inexpensive, unexpensive, or inexpensive.
Inexpensive. Or unexpensive.
Unexpensive.
Mm,
It is to charge students the same price as working adults.
it is fair.
Negative,
In the negative form. Um, unfair. Unfair.
unfair,
No, unfair. Unfair.
unfair. Unfair. My neighbors spend the whole day playing video games. That must be
Uh, unhealthy.
mhm, unhealthy. Okay, so we have used healthy. Wait for the app to download completely. Stop being so. We haven't
Uh,
used patient.
so expensive. So patient.
So impatient, or unpatient.
Impatient.
Im.
In. Impatient.
And finally, it is unpolite, impolite, impolite,
It's polite. Unpolite. Impolite. Unpolite. Impolite son strength. Unpolite.
mhm. Okay, as this has very few exercises, let's do some more. So notice negative prefixes. And here we have this, okay? Informal, casual, impolite, rude, unsafe, dangerous, disconnected. Okay, so here we add this, okay? Disconnected. So here, baseless is equal to, for example, invalid, can't be,
Impossible.
impossible, asleep,
Unconscious.
unconscious, disappointed,
Unsatisfied.
in or this,
Uh, in. Dissatisfied. In.
insatisfied,
Dissatisfied. Son, the vodka is on straightforward. Dissatisfied.
yes.
Okay. Dissatisfied.
Let's go to the second. Treacherous, let me put it a little bit larger because it's actually kind of small. Okay, here is better. Still, no, treacherous,
Uh, disloyal.
still,
Inactive. Inactive.
silly,
Impractical. No. Um, I don't know. Impractical. I don't know.
Rare,
Uncommon.
uncommon. Yes. Short-tempered, que pierde la paciencia.
Impatient.
Impatient. The coffee today is delicious. Mhm.
Similar. Similar. Insimilar. But this. Ch- dissimilar.
Dissimilar. Occupied.
Disavailable. Unavailable. 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 Unavailable.
Unavailable. Available.
Available. Available.
Unavailable. Casual.
Informal.
It's easy. Informal. Yes. Chaotic. Chaotic.
Disorganized. Disorganized. Yes, disorganized.
Disorganized. Disorganized. Rude.
Impolite.
In or im?
In, impo,
In.
im,
Impolite.
impolite.
Dangerous.
Unsafe.
Cheap.
Inexpensive.
Unpolite. Impolite, no
uh,
im. Impolite.
Impolite.
Next. Childish, crazy, separated, and nervous.
In, immature.
Immature, crazy,
Insane.
separated,
Disconnected.
disconnected,
Disconnected.
and nervous,
Uh, uneasy. Uneasy.
uneasy,
Uh-huh.
uneasy,
Uneasy.
uneasy,
Uneasy. Well,
uneasy. Okay, uneasy.
wow.
Immature, double
With
M,
M.
double M, immature, two M's. Far-fetched, sterilized, wrong, and trivial.
Improbable.
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 Sterilized,
Disinfected.
disinfected, run,
Incorrect.
incorrect. Acuérdate que el acento siempre va al
Incorrect.
principio. Incorrect. Incorrect.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Trivial,
Unimportant.
unimportant. Yes. Loud, deceitful, deficient, and distracted.
Imperfect.
With N or with M?
With M.
Imperfect.
Imperfect. With M.
Honest.
Not with
Here is
M.
im.
Imperfect.
Imperfect. This deceitful.
Dishonest.
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 Honest, hour, and honor, you don't pronounce the H. Okay, so it's this, not dishonest, but dishonest. Dishonest.
Dishonest. Okay. Dishonest.
Deficient,
Unacceptable.
unacceptable, or inacceptable.
Inacceptable.
Distracted, unattentive, inattentive, inattentive, disattentive.
Disattentive. Yes. Ah, what is this case?
Okay. Here is im. Here is this. So
In that, I say it. Yes. Unacceptable.
unacceptable. And it's not
No,
disattentive, but
is inattentive. No, person. In no, it's not disattentive. So it's inattentive. Some unattentive. No, for me, it's on inattentive.
inattentive.
So,
Yes. It sounds. That's good. It sounds. It means you are in the process of getting the language. Say, no suena bien. That is acquisition. Wicked, cruel, dirty, and peevish. That's a new word.
immoral.
Peevish. Immoral. Cruel. Cruel.
Inhuman.
Inhuman. Dirty.
Is no unclean. This clean. Unclean.
Clean.
Disagreeable.
Disagreeable. Disagreeable. Agreeable. Disagreeable.
Disagreeable.
It's not immoral. It is
Um,
immoral. Double M. Okay. So okay, in English, we can often add negative prefixes. Here are some commons. Okay. For example, expensive, inexpensive, informal, invalid, inhuman, incorrect, inactive, insane, inattentive, uncommon, unconscious, unsafe, unimportant, uneasy, unclean, unacceptable, unavailable, impolite, imperfect, impractical, impatient, impossible, improbable, and you say, okay, with P. No, immature, immoral.
but this is memory, yes, because
Yes.
there are rules about.
No. Dishonest, disloyal, disorganized, dissimilar, disinfected, dissatisfied, disagreeable, and disconnected. Okay, let's get the exercise 2. I think this is really a really bad idea. A possible following sentences, what comes next? I think that's a really bad idea. It sounds unsafe, unsafe, or safe.
Unsafe. The tier.
Yes. Number 2. What should I wear to the dinner party? Which response is not possible?
What should I wear to the dinner party?
Jeans are fine.
Which is not possible. It will be informal. It's going to be casual. It will be informal. It won't be.
Jeans are okay.
What is not possible? It will be informal with them.
Correct. The boss will be in meetings all week. A possible sentence is she's going to be occupied, she's going to be unavailable, she's going to be disavailable, she's going to be unavailable.
Mm, she's going to be unavailable.
Unavailable. Yes.
Unavailable.
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 Please don't stand so close to the edge. The edge, el borde. Okay? Please don't be so close to the edge. Which one is not possible? It's making me uncomfortable. It's making me easy. It's making me uneasy. It's making me nervous. Which one is not right?
He's making me easy.
Yes, because uncomfortable, uneasy, and nervous are synonyms. Next. Check the report again, please. A possible following sentences. I think these numbers are incorrect, incorrect, discorrect, or incorrect.
Mm, incorrect. 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 No. The first one,
Remember, the
incorrect.
stress is in co. Incorrect, incorrect, discorrect, incorrect. So the accent is in co. Correct. So which
Uh,
one is it?
the first one?
The first one.
The first one. Yeah, the first one or the second, but the other is one.
Yes,
Yeah.
incorrect as in Spanish. Okay? Because this comes from Latin. Please stop asking me such personal questions. It's very rude. A possible response is, oh gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that it was informal, polite, impolite, or dispolite.
Impolite.
Yes. Next. Wow, the meeting was so chaotic. A possible response is, right, it was very disorganized, inorganized, unorganized, or unchaotic. Unchaotic.
Disorganized.
Unchaotic. That's horrible. Okay. Next. Mom, I'm scared. I think there is a monster under the bed. Which response is not possible? Don't worry, dear. It is highly improbable. It isn't probable. It it probably isn't the case. It is probable. The one that don't is not there.
It- It's probable.
Yes, because the other three says no, no monster. We didn't enjoy the restaurant. Which one is not possible? We were dissatisfied with the service. We weren't satisfied with the service. The service was disappointing. We weren't dissatisfied with the service. Which one is not possible? Remember, they
We
didn't enjoy.
we weren't dissatisfied.
Correct. Besides, you don't use two negative things together. We weren't dissatisfied. We weren't satisfied, okay, but we weren't dissatisfied. No
This is not
estuvimos
common, but
insatisfechos. No estuvimos insatisfechos. Sounds awful. Oh no, I forgot to buy tomatoes. A possible response is, don't worry, it is unacceptable, unimportant, unimportant, or disacceptable.
uh, unimportant.
Unimportant. Yes, it is not important. Your argument doesn't make any sense. Which one is not possible? It is invalid, baseless, invalid, or it isn't valid? Which one is not possible?
What is not possible? What means baseless? I don't remember. Baseless
Without a base, with no basis.
sin bases. Invalid. Which one is not possible? Invalid with M.
Invalid.
The third one. The third.
The third one.
In,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Correct, because it is invalid, not invalid. I love your dress. Which response is not possible? So, oh, thanks. I got it on sale. On sale, special price, reduced price. Okay. So it wasn't expensive. So it wasn't cheap. So it was quite inexpensive. So it was quite cheap. Which one is not correct? And remember, on sale means reduced price.
Not possible. No, it
Mhm.
wasn't expensive.
Remember, on sale. On sale means at a reduced price.
Uh,
Unfortunately, my coffee is over.
so it it wasn't expensive. Oh,
Which one is not possible? Which one would be incorrect? If
it's going
it
to
was both, it was both at a reduced price. So which one is it?
it's going to reduce prices because and it's possible was really cheap. So it wasn't it wasn't expensive or it wasn't quite inexpensive. No, so it wasn't expensive. Yes, the first one.
No.
So what is
Remember, I got it on sale. On sale means the price was reduced.
yes, it's going to reduce the price because it's expensive. But the
Mhm,
opposite because it's not possible is that was cheap. So
mhm.
it was quite cheap.
No, it's which
Ah,
one is not possible? Not possible? It wasn't cheap. It wasn't expensive. Not expensive. It was quite cheap. Correct. It was very cheap. It was quite inexpensive. It was very inexpensive. Remember, quite and very, I like synonyms. So which one is not possible? It wasn't cheap. It was expensive. She got it on sale. So that's the one that corresponds.
okay.
It got it on sale. Lo compré en una rebaja. So it wasn't expensive. No fue costoso. It was quite cheap. Estuvo muy barato. It was quite inexpensive. No fue nada costoso. So
Okay.
it wasn't cheap. No fue barato. That's the one. Okay.
Yes.
Our last exercise. Now this one now. Okay. So let's go back to the course book. Okay. So no problem with the prefixes. Remember, it's a matter as you say, it sounds. Como suena. Okay. Instead of okay, it begins with P, so it is impatient, no. Unfortunately, there is no way. Okay. Let's go to your dear report. Here is okay. Underline the mistake. This is
Maybe
indirect. Uh-huh.
maybe it's necessary to read some books or because it's it's a lot of it's grammar. It's necessary to memorize that.
Not really to memorize, but as you say, it sounds. As well as most of the times, for example, in this part that is the indirect idea, okay? Okay, asking me what was my name. My name was, okay, because it is indirect. In my English class, the teacher asked me what my name was. Okay, subject and verb, or subject, verb, and complement. That is a rule. Okay, but in this case, it is impossible to memorize all the words using in, in, on, or this. Okay? It is impossible to memorize because there are
Yes.
hundreds of words. What can you do? As you say, read a little so you find like what's the way it sound, as you said. Okay, no, me suena feo. It sounds me, it is not. It sounds me. So you develop a sense of correctness. A sense of correctness. A sense of correctness is, yo veo esto y no me parece que está bien. That's what you develop when you dominate the language. And that's a process you are in. Okay, and that's good because you are not memorizing grammar rules. You are using the grammar rules without thinking. Says, no, 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 no. It sounds, it is not. It's like here, okay? In my English class, the teacher asked me what was my name. And you say, what was my name is a question. So it is not, it sounds awful. In my English class, the teacher asked me what was my name. No, what my name was. Because what was my name sounds awful. Okay. Even if you don't remember the rule that in an indirect question, we write subject, verb, and complement. Okay. So it sounds. Okay, so for example, number 2, a friend asked me, what was my dog called? Okay, so this is what you have to change. It's a passive voice. So it is, my dog was called. Okay, because it is an indirect question. Okay, so Martha asked me, why didn't I go to the party? So we have to change this. What
Martha
is the
asking me
why?
I why
Subject, verb,
I
complement.
I I go I gonna
No, you don't eliminate anything. You don't change anything.
uh
Just subject, verb, and complement. This is a negative sentence.
I
So
didn't go to the party.
I didn't go to the party.
Yes.
Why?
Why
I
is obvious?
didn't go to the party.
Yes, because yes,
Why? I didn't go to the party. My sister asked me, why was I crying?
why I was crying.
Yes. Why I was crying.
Yeah, because it's not a question.
It's not a
It's
question. Nikki asked me, what was I going to do?
what I was going to do.
Yes, what I was going to do. Okay. Danny asked me, what new sport should he take up?
What
Wait, what new sport? Are we
New
gonna
sport.
change this?
But should one new sport he should take up?
Yes, it take up. I imagine you are wondering when am I going to visit?
I think you are well. I am going to visit.
I am going to visit. But I am going to visit. Okay, but why? Because they are not questions. Okay, and you notice, wait, where is the question mark? ¿Dónde está el signo de interrogación? No, this is not a question. Besides, here we have the introductory clause. A friend asked me. Martha asked me. My sister asked me. Nikki asked me. Danny asked me. I imagine you are wondering. So all these are introductory clauses. Those short sentences we write before the indirect question. And I think I told you that it was funny because when I went to the UK, I used this structure to sound polite. And I told the people, "Excuse me, sir, can you tell me where the subway station, the nearest subway station is?" To be polite. And the people looked at me like, "Do you want to know where is?" And they corrected me. So they spoke with no grammar. And when I spoke using grammar and say, "Excuse me, sir, how much this book is?" "Excuse me, sir, can you tell me how much this book is?" They look at me and say, "Okay, you want me to tell you how much is this book?" After 2 days, I started speaking ungrammatically. And I went to say, "Okay, excuse me, can you tell me where is the train station?" And the people, "Oh, yes, the train station is." And I thought, oh, all the time I spent learning the indirect questions. And now when I speak with indirect question, people don't understand me. They corrected me. It was so fun. It was fun, actually, because, and that's where I learned that people don't speak grammatically. Because when I
I know that
started, uh-huh,
I know that people, but that foreign people, uh, when told, reduce the word, uh, even if that generate mistakes. They don't want to talk a lot, so they try to reduce.
yes, and they don't use grammar as we learn. Okay, so when I was there, I remember that when I was at the state, okay, people used to speak correctly. Yeah, asking me if Bianca came to class. Okay, she doesn't come to class. She didn't come to class. Okay. So I remember when I went to the States, the first time I just spoke English from school. Only the English from school. I didn't speak perfect English. And people understood me. And I was in New York. The first time I went to an English speaking country, I was 17. I was a minor, just living, no, 16. I was 16. I wasn't even 17. I was 16. My 17th birthday would be the next month. And I stayed in New York for 20 days, 21 days. And I remember that I didn't speak English very fluently because I only had the English from high school. And people understood me. Okay, American people could understand me. And at the end of on the day 7 or something like that, I began to speak more fluently. So after 21 days, I could speak fluently and I use words. I got the language very easily. When I returned from the USA, I decided to study English and I took my first English course at the Centro Venezolano Americano. That is like the Centro Ecuatoriano Americano here, the CEN, the Centro Ecuatoriano Norteamericano. So in Venezuela, the name is CVA, Centro Venezolano Americano. I took my first English course. Then I traveled to the States sometimes, not many times, sometimes because my cousins live there. My family on my father's side, all of them live in the USA.
Mm,
Okay, the only one cousin still lives in Venezuela, and she lives part-time in Italy and part-time in Venezuela. Okay, they spend in Venezuela like 3 months, and the rest of the year they live in Italy. And basically because they have a house, they have an apartment in Venezuela, and there is my deceased aunt and uncle house. So when they go to Venezuela, they clean that apartment, they clean their house, they spend there for a while. They pay the people who look after, who take care of cleaning the place and watering the plants. So people think there is someone living there.
no,
Because in Venezuela, when they see a house or an apartment empty and closed, people break in and take the houses.
terrible.
Yes, actually, some people put bricks, ladrillos. They block the doors and the windows with bricks and grids, rejas. So if somebody wants to break up into the house, they can't, or it is very difficult. It is easier to take another house or another apartment. And that's why they don't rent them, because Venezuelan law permits you, if you rent a house for more than 5, 6 years, that house is yours, especially if the
No,
person has more than one house.
that's happened now here, no? With the situation, the guerrilla and the criminal bands. I I had a partner in the company that is the jefe bodega, the
Mhm.
manager of
No, the warehouse chief.
the warehouse chief. So the last week he told with me that he need to move
Mhm.
because a criminal person told with him that he need to pay a fee. He want to live in that part.
Mm.
He decided to move because he preferred the quality be life for his family. So
Yeah,
he decided to move, but now the problem is that he told me that what happened with the house because the neighbors told with him that people is going to enter to the house.
to break
So
up.
yes, so he told me that he want to close with a wall and put a double locker,
Mhm. A
uh,
double lock,
a
cerradura
double
doble.
lock, and but he knows that people is going to invade.
Incidentally,
So it's terrible.
incidentalmente, in one moment in the future, they can break up into the house. In Venezuela, it is very common. We know a family, they left for the USA, and they built like a small apartment, where the garage was, they built like a small apartment with 2 rooms, a bathroom, etc. And they pay a watchman to look after the house. And the watchman and his family lives in the garage. And the garage is like an apartment. So in that way, they are sure that nobody will break up because the watchman and his family lives there. And they say that they will return to Venezuela. If we return to Venezuela, that apartment is yours. That will be your anexo.
Yeah,
Okay?
but you have to pay uh uh
They don't pay.
someone
No,
every
they don't
month.
pay. They don't pay too much because in Venezuela it is difficult to rent a house. So for the watchman and the family, it is very convenient to be there.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
So
because in that
they pay
case,
him and they pay him in dollars because they are in the USA. So they send him dollars. He doesn't pay rent. He just pay water and electricity. No, they don't pay water and electricity. The only thing they pay is internet. And they are
okay.
living in a very nice area because the place where I used to live in Valencia, whose name is Trigal Sur, used to be a very wealthy area. Okay, area
Yes,
for people who had money. Nowadays, it is different because people left. And in the
and
houses, there only live their grandparents or their parents, elderly people. So they live, for example, in Spain and they send money to the mother who lives in their house. So in my block, most of the houses are either empty and blocked or old people living in the houses alone. We have a neighbor, la señora Rosa, Mrs. Rosa, and she's a widow. Her three children left the country, and she lives with a sister, not to live alone. But the sister has her house. So there sometimes are at Mrs. Rosa's house and sometimes at the sister's house. And some people with large houses divided it into apartments and rent some of them. But rents in the area are really, really high, up to, I don't know, $200 for a mini apartment
okay.
with a
But
bathroom, etc.
I imagine that it's impossible to sell the house
Yes.
because it's really cheap. So maybe you sell the house, you lose your money.
Yes,
I
but
imagine.
let's say that if you're living abroad and you sell the house, nobody in Venezuela would pay the price because the houses in the area where I used to live, in the area where my sister, my brother, my sister, and my niece lives, all the houses are large. It's what we call in Venezuela quintas, two-story houses with three bathrooms, a large garden, a large backyard. Okay, those large houses with beautiful doors, etc., is what we call in Venezuela quintas, as quintas. Okay, and of course, most of them, the owners, most of them made some modifications. And as they made the modification, the price of the houses were rising. Okay, and now in Venezuela, nobody would pay what they ask for.
Yes, I watched a video from Luisito Comunica, the a big house close to the beach. I don't remember what is the name of that beach, but he made a video and
Mhm.
showed the beach is he can see the beach from the window and like $20,000 with even with the furniture, yes,
Yeah.
the with the TV and the table and the
Yes,
kitchen,
and
everything.
it was
So
furnished, a
furnished. So
furnished house,
so 20,000 for that close to the beach in a
yes,
house.
a
Yes,
furnished
I
house. So nobody
so
will pay that. In Venezuela, no. Well, I remember I had a student at the CBA, at the CBA. I had a student and she was a realtor. You know what a realtor is?
a person that buy and sell houses.
Uh-huh. It's a person who sell houses, not buy, but sell houses or rent houses or apartments. And she told me it was before I left Venezuela, like 4 years, 5 years ago. And I remember she told me that sometimes people ask the company where she works to rent their houses, okay? Furnish their houses or apartments. And she told me, teacher, you won't believe this, but sometimes when we get to the house or to the apartment to check the conditions in order to rent it or sell it, say people left clothes, toys, food in the refrigerator. It's like the people left in a rush. Okay, I imagine like it was like when a sister, one of my friend's sister, she left for Spain, and she told their children, "Here's a suitcase. Choose which clothes and toys you are going to take with you because you can't take everything." So the kids had to select in their clothes which clothes they will take with them to Spain and which toys. And the mother told them, select very carefully what you are going to take with you. The other things stay here in Venezuela.
But the border are closed, so I imagine it is impossible to bring with you the house, but the things inside the house, if you rent a truck and put everything inside and go to for the road, that is impossible.
Yes, that it was impossible because you can take 25 kilos with you and a carry-on. That's what the airlines tell you.
But
Your
no,
luggage, your suitcase must weigh 25 kilos. And
but
your
not for if you move in a car or in a truck, yes,
yes, but
in like a niñera in a big truck, if you put everything inside.
yes, but I'm talking about people in Venezuela who left for Spain, for Portugal, for
Ah,
the
okay.
USA, for Canada. I'm talking about people who left the country to go in another
Yes,
country. So the airline allows you to take a 25 kilos suitcase, and your carry-on should be between 10 and 12 kilos.
yes. The
Okay.
maximum is three cases. That is 75, but you need to pay more.
Yes. So usually those people who leave Venezuela to go to another country, they take the money to start living there. So they usually take one suitcase. That's why, and I remember she told me that maybe teacher, that's why when you get into the houses, you find toys, clothes, linen, blankets, bed covers, sheets. And I asked her, what do you do with that? I say, well, we put in boxes and we donate them. Of course, if I find something I like, I keep it, like an expensive bag, handbag, or shoes. But most of the times, we collect the clothes and we donate it to orphanage, to elderly houses. We kept the toys, and in Christmas, we have like an event for the children of the workers, the maids, the cleaning ladies, all that people who work. And so we donate them, or we made like a party for poor children and we donated the toys.
Yes.
And I remember when Susana's sister left, sister and brother-in-law left, they have two children. Now they have three. They're living in Spain. And I remember that the kids were very sad because the mother told them, okay, here is your suitcase. Be very careful and select which clothes do you want to take with you and which toys. And the kids were devastated because for them it was,
Yes.
they were like 10 and 8 at that time. It was like 5 years ago. And it was very hard for them to decide what to take and what to leave behind. Well, actually, in Venezuela, I have like 17 pairs of shoes. 17
70
pairs of
pair
shoes.
of shoes,
I love
but
buying shoes.
but
I
it's too
love
much.
buying shoes. No, because I love buying shoes. And I had, for example, trekking boots, botas de escalada. I have 3 pairs. Timberland, Acadia, and Robland. Those are the Timberland is very expensive. They were very expensive. And I had like, I don't know. My closet is full of clothes because I love buying clothes. So I have a closet, 3 shelves in a closet, tres estantes del closet, and I have 2 boxes of handbags. Dos cajas de carteras. I have like 50, 52, 53 handbags.
Wow.
Everything is in Venezuela. And I cannot take them. I cannot take
I,
them. When my
I
daughter
scared that
came, mhm,
I scared no, I am afraid that situation happened in Colombia. That is I sell my apartment last 2 months ago. I sell my apartment and I pay in a other house, but I suppose that I'm going to sell it because I'm not feel comfortable with the situation in Colombia. With
yeah,
Petro, when I watch a Petro, when I hear, I suppose that it's the same situation that happened in Venezuela,
yeah.
Argentina, other that.
Well, yesterday I saw a video with a Venezuelan talking to Argentinians, and he says, I'm Venezuela. I come from the future. Cubans told us, do not elect a leftist, izquierdista, because Venezuela is going to be like Cuba, and we didn't believe them. So I, a Venezuelan, exiliated from my country, I tell you Argentinians, vote well, because I come from the future. That's when sometimes Ecuadorian people ask my daughter and I, what do we think about Luisa, the Correa candidate?
Yes.
And we look at them and said, listen, we come from the future. Nosotros venimos del futuro. Don't select a communist or a socialist for your country. Cubans told us, do not elect them, but people elected Chavez. So now we tell other people, we come from the future, do not elect a leftist candidate because it's going to take your country to the abyss, al abismo. So here, at least in Ecuador, we have Novoa. Novoa is not leftist. But if he does things badly, we're going to have, they're going to have, they're going to elect maybe a leftist. And that will be the moment to leave the country.
No, no,
Yes, we Venezuelans are like the Jews, como los judíos,
no.
moving from one place to another.
I suppose the people that moved to Colombia and the terrible situation now in Colombia, and they need to move again to other country. That's or move to Argentina.
Yeah, I think Venezuelans moved to
Argentina.
Argentina, and in Argentina there are leftists. Venezuelans moved to Brazil,
That's
and in
happy.
Brazil is Lula. And
That's
Venezuelans
happened.
moved to Chile, and in Chile it is a socialist. So we have no
I
countries to move.
I had a supplier from Argentina that he born in Venezuela, and he worked for a big company. The the name is Sadmi, that is from Italy, and he received a good salary. And he told with
Mhm.
me that he think that he need to move to Bogota. And I told with him that is that is terrible because he moved from Venezuela to Argentina, and he thinks that he should move to Colombia.
Yeah, we are jumping.
I
My son lives in Brazil, but he tells me that Brazil is so large, so large, that socialism is not everywhere. He lives in Curitiba. And he says, the problems are in the large cities like Rio de Janeiro, Brasilia, Sao Paulo. But here in Curitiba, you don't see communism. You don't see it. people continue living. Actually, my new grandbaby, because I don't know if it is a boy or a girl, is going to be born in Brazil. So it's like us. I am Venezuelan, my daughter is Venezuelan, my son-in-law is Colombian, and the baby is Ecuadorian. So it's a mess. Okay, so I have
Okay.
my next class. So see you tomorrow, Marlon, at the master class.
Okay. See you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.